Bum bum. Thinking out loud.
Thinking Out Loud, the podcast where 2 year 12 psychology students take perfectly normal human experiences and absolutely overanalyze them.
Especially today, because it's Christmas, which means joy, family, food, and as a result, psychological tension.
I'm Ada.
And I'm Greta, and this episode is sponsored by emotional suppression, passive aggressive relative, and the phrase, it's just a joke.
We're both year 12 psychology students,
So everything we say is peer reviewed by stress.
and today we'll be applying psychological theories
Some correctly,
to Christmas.
which is honestly one big psychological experiment that no one consented to,
If you're listening to this while hiding from relatives
or pretended to take a nap,
or doing the dishes to avoid conversation,
we are very proud of you.
let's start with something festive: cognitive dissonance.
Ah, yes, the uncomfortable feeling you get when your family says Christmas is about love and then immediately argues over seating arrangements.
Cognitive dissonance is when someone holds two contradictory beliefs at the same time.
For example, 1. We must all be together as a family. I cannot stand a single person at this table.
Or when your aunt says, "What we don't do gifts because it's not about materialism," and then judges you for what you didn't buy her.
That's just not dissonance. That's advanced hypocrisy with a festive bow on top. Now, we need to address the psychological trauma that unites teenagers across the world.
The question. So, where is your boyfriend?
Or girlfriend, or are you seeing anyone, or still single, said in that tone usually reserved for terminal diagnosis.
First of all, bold of you to assume there's only one.
Right? I usually say we don't all fit in the table.
Now, let's psychoanalyze this, because if we're going to emotionally uncomfortable, we might as well get academic credit.
This question often comes from social norms and generalization expectations.
Basically, older relatives believe that by age 17, you should either be in a long-term relationship, be engaged, or at least be talking to someone nice.
Meanwhile, you're just trying to survive year 12 without crying in the bathroom.
That's also projection involved.
Yes, they're projecting their own needs for validation into you.
Because nothing says "I'm fulfilled" like interrogating a teenager about their romantic life between bites of turkey.
And if you do have a partner,
Then the questions escalate.
why didn't you bring them? Is it serious? When are you getting married?
Sir, I have homework due. Psychologist talks about family systems theories.
Which basically says every family member plays a role.
At Christmas, these roles become painfully clear.
You've got the peacemaker, the instigator, the emotionally absent one, and the one who drank too much alcohol.
There's also the golden child.
Ah, yes, the cousin who got amazing grades, plays an instrument, has a partner, and somehow still has hobbies.
Their presence triggers upward social comparison.
Which, when you compare yourself to someone doing better, and immediately question your life choices.
Suddenly you're thinking, why don't I speak 3 languages?
Why didn't I start a non-profit at age 12?
Why am I like this?
Anyway, we need to talk about Christmas movies because honestly, no Christmas is complete without sitting down and emotionally compromising yourself in front of a screen.
Exactly. It's basically a law, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to defend every cliche, every unrealistic love story, every giant CGI snowflake.
Let's start with the obvious. Love, actually.
Ah, yes. Nothing says Christmas like Hugh Grant dancing awkwardly like he's auditioning for a dad TikTok.
And the Airbud scene? I don't care how many times I watch it, my heart physically aches.
It's basically a cinematic glue that sticks you to a sofa for 2 hours while simultaneously teaching you that British people have really confusing emotional lives.
And the plot lines? They're all terrible, but somehow perfect. There's the Prime Minister falling in love with a member of his staff. There's unrequited love. There's a kid writing a school play. Oh, and don't forget the creepy old guy stalking someone, and it's somehow okay because Christmas.
Exactly. It's chaos masquerading as romance. And somehow it works. That's Christmas for you.
Then there's Home Alone. Iconic.
Iconic chaos.
Also, a movie that teaches children that crime is okay if festive and the main character is cute.
And what's truly horrifying, Kevin is 8. 8. He single-handedly turns his house into a death trap for burglars.
And somehow, no adult supervision whatsoever. They just disappear, vanish.
Classic Christmas magic.
Then, Elf.
Oh my god, Elf is everything.
Pure chaos energy. Will Ferrell basically screaming about syrup is how I feel emotionally at Christmas.
The absurdity, the innocence, the pure unfiltered joy, and at the same time, terrifying because if anyone in real life acted like Buddy, society would call the police.
Yes, Christmas movies are the only time that level of unhinged enthusiasm is socially accepted.
And the holiday? Romantic, cozy, a bit manipulative.
Manipulative in the best way. It convinces you that moving countries in December is totally reasonable life choice.
And that snow solves all problems. Psychologically, it doesn't. But in the holiday, it does.
Then there's the classic animation tire. The Grinch, Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, yes. These are the movies where you question why you ever trusted cartoon logic, but somehow it's comforting.
Exactly. The Grinch, you feel bad for hating Christmas until he literally has a change of heart in like 20 minutes. Moral? Never fully commit to hate in December.
And Rudolph, purely a movie about exclusion and redemption. And also, weirdly enough, it teaches resilience.
And Frosty, somehow snowmen are allowed to talk, dance, and die. But it's okay because kids are watching.
Classic Christmas storytelling. Emotionally manipulative, morally confusing, 100% magical.
Let's be real. Christmas movies are basically a psychological experiment. They make you feel intensely even if you know it's fake.
And we love it.
Also, the holiday movie soundtrack is literally designed to destroy you emotionally.
Yes, sleigh bells, warm piano, choir, you're crying over a fake couple making eye contact in a coffee shop.
And the snow, so much snow, unrealistic snow, which somehow makes everything more romantic.
Even when it's CGI snowstorm indoors, somehow believable.
Let's be honest, Christmas movies are basically adult comfort blankets.
You're right. You don't even need to watch them critically. You just experience them.
And occasionally yell at these characters for making dumb decisions.
Like in Love Actually. Don't confess your love with cue cards, you absolute lunatic.
Or Kevin in Home Alone. Maybe don't electrocute the Bulgars kid.
And yet, somehow, that's part of the fun.
Absolutely. Christmas movies are chaotic, ridiculous, sometimes ethically questionable, but somehow they capture the essence of the holiday.
And they make us laugh, cry, scream at the TV, and binge watch them every year.
Which is why they're basically a mandatory Christmas tradition.
If you don't have a go-to Christmas movie, can you even call yourself festive?
No, you cannot.
And if you haven't rewatched them at least twice in December, are you even human?
Exactly. And if you watch them once, that's just practice.
And honestly, the best part? Watching them with people. The commentary, the jokes, the debates about whether Hugh Grant's dancing is a blessing or a curse.
Absolutely. And shouting at Kevin, Elf, or the Grinch together, that's bonding.
And sometimes crying together too.
That's the magic.
It's ridiculous, it's unhinged, it's magical, and it's perfect.
And really, that's all you need for Christmas.
Also snacks. Always snacks.
Obviously.
Christmas songs are a fascinating example of classical conditioning.
We hear Mariah Carey and suddenly we feel joy, stress, nostalgia, and financial anxiety all at once.
Your brain associates bells with deadlines, family, and the sense that time is moving too fast.
Also, why are Christmas songs either extremely joyful or devastatingly sad?
There is no emotional middle ground. Let's talk about Christmas food.
Especially Spanish Christmas food, which is not a meal,
It's a multi-day commitment.
a lifestyle.
In Barcelona, Christmas food starts long before Christmas.
Because supermarkets decide in November that you personally need turrón.
So much to run.
Soft turrón, hard turrón that no one actually likes, but somehow keeps getting bought.
From a psychological point of view, this is habitual purchasing behavior.
Or as we call it, it was on offer.
Then comes Nochebuena.
A night where dinner lasts longer than most relationships.
First course, seafood.
So much seafood.
Prawns, shrimp, clams, something that still looks like it came directly from this ocean and is judging you.
This triggers moral discomfort because you don't know how to eat it properly, but everyone is watching.
Then comes the meat.
Lamb, roast chicken, or something that has been cooked since the morning and has now become part of the family.
Psychologically, this is tradition-based reinforcement.
Which means we eat this every year and we will not question it.
And let's not forget escudella.
The soup that is less soup and more entire far.
From a psychological perspective, escudella represents emotional security.
And physical fullness, to the point where movement becomes optional.
Dessert time.
Or as it's known in Spain, the second dinner.
Turrón again.
Polvorones that instantly dry at your mouth.
You eat them knowing you'll regret it.
That's impulse control failure.
Then someone brings out the neulas.
Thin, fragile, and impossible to eat without crumbs everywhere,
This causes situational anxiety.
especially if you're wearing black.
And just when you think it's over,
Someone says, should we open the kebab?
psychologically, this is a false ending cue.
Because when the kebab appears, no one is leaving.
Also, let's talk about food comments.
Ah yes, the passive-aggressive sport of Christmas.
Eat more, you're too thin.
5 minutes later, careful, Christmas makes everyone gain weight.
This creates cognitive dissonance.
And mild range.
By the end of Christmas in Barcelona,
Your fridge is full of leftovers you will absolutely not finish.
your body has forgotten what hunger feels like.
And your brain has accepted that Torrón is now a food group.
In conclusion, Christmas food in Spain is not about nutrition.
It's about tradition, guilt, love, and overconsumption.
And pretending you're still enjoying it on day 6. One thing Christmas really teaches us is that there is no universal agreement on how to celebrate it.
Which, from a psychological perspective, is comforting because it proves our family isn't weird.
It's just culturally expressive.
Exactly. Let's start at home.
In Spain, Christmas is not one day.
No, Christmas is seasonal endurance test that starts on December 22nd and ends sometimes in February when you finally stop eating leftovers.
We begin with La Grosa, the national lottery.
A beautiful tradition where everyone is suddenly extremely hopeful and also extremely bad at maths.
Then comes Nochebuena, where dinner lasts approximately 6 hours.
Psychologically, this is the test of selective attention. You must focus on your food while ignoring political comments from the relative you see once a year.
And let's not forget El Cagatío in Catalunya.
Yes, a smiling log that you beat with sticks until it produces presents.
From the outside, this looks unhinged.
From the inside, we don't question it. That's cultural normalization.
I remember me and my grandpa feeding the cagatío with mandarins when I was little, and it's honestly my favorite Christmas memory.
Aw, how cute.
Moving on, in Japan, Christmas is celebrated with KFC.
That's it. The whole thing.
No family drama, not 6-hour lunch.
Just fried chicken and emotional peace.
Honestly, from a stress reduction standpoint, they've won.
In Germany, Christmas markets are everywhere.
Hot wine, lights, and the illusion that standing outside in the cold is festive.
Psychologically speaking, this works because alcohol increases tolerance for both weather and people.
In Scandinavian countries, some people hide their brooms on Christmas Eve.
Because folklore says witches may steal them.
Which raises 2 questions. 1. Why are witches still a concern? And why specifically brooms?
Either way, this shows how fear conditioning works. Trauma, but make it festive.
In Mexico, they have Las Posadas,
which is beautiful reenactments of Mary and Joseph searching for shelter.
Meanwhile, in Spain, we reenact searching for a parking spot near our grandparents' house.
And then there's Australian,
where Christmas is in summer.
Nothing challenges your cognitive schema like Santa and shorts.
From a psychological point of view, this causes mild cultural confusion.
The point is, every culture has decided to cope with December differently.
Some use food,
some use religion,
some use lottery tickets and magical pooping objects.
And all of us use denial.
So, if your Christmas feels chaotic,
just remember, somewhere in the world, people are hitting a log, hiding brooms, or eating fried chicken.
And somehow, that's all completely normal.
Let's not forget we're in year 12.
Which means Christmas happens during peak academic stress.
Your cortisol levels are already high.
Then add family expectation.
And suddenly, you're dissociating while unwrapping socks.
This is Burnout Festive Edition. So this Christmas, remember.
If someone asks where your boyfriend or girlfriend is,
you're not required to explain your emotional timeline.
You can say, they're fictional.
Or, I'm focusing on personal development.
Or just stare at them until they get uncomfortable.
That's called assertive boundary setting.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, and see you next time.